Every day, every night, someone in northern Utah is in crisis. It could be a victim of domestic violence seeking safe shelter, or a young mother trying to find food or care for her child. Perhaps an elderly person needs assistance in maintaining their home, or a desperate victim of sexual assault has nowhere else to turn. For decades, your Community Connection has been a place of refuge for Weber and Morgan County residents seeking to put their lives back together.
This is a safe place to come and be able to heal from domestic violence, from rape, from sexual assault.
Your Community Connection, or YCC, began in 1945 as the YWCA. Over the years, it has expanded its services and has now become a crucial resource for people in need throughout northern Utah.
The YCC is a light in the darkness for so many of us that it's really hard to describe. For people who have not known darkness, there's no way for me to explain that. The YCC helped us so much with the Domestic Violence Victim Advocate Program and all of the parts of that we could do. But the YCC also helped us in a lot of other ways. And I've seen how it's helped a lot of other people in the community who aren't even affected by domestic violence. They have so many different programs here and so many ways to help.
I'll give you just a scenario of a situation that happened this past week. There had been a domestic violence situation. The police had intervened. So they brought her here to the shelter. We immediately will take her upstairs to the shelter and we do what is called an intake, which is an assessment. What is her situation right now? What does she need? What are the presenting problems? And then the whole idea is we try to make sure that she gets what she needs. In this case, this woman had a lot of physical injuries. So immediately we tried to encourage her to go to the hospital. She resisted that. I actually saw her when she walked in the door. She didn't want to look at anybody. She kept looking down at the floor. It was obvious she was very embarrassed, was having a very hard time dealing with this. We were able to get her the assistance she needed. We paid for her prescriptions, and then we worked with her to set up goals. What do you want to have happen? Generally speaking, most women will stay here for 30 to 45 days, but immediately we start working on goals. What do you want to have happen? We encourage them to attend the classes because too many of them are in crisis. They don't know what they want. And the idea is we make sure they know what options they have.
Currently, YCC has 5 bedrooms in its domestic violence shelter, which can accommodate 26 people. The shelter includes a playroom for children, a common living room, and a kitchen.
We fix 1 meal a day for our clients that a chef actually comes in and fixes it the rest of the time. The food is there for them, but they are expected to fix their own meals. And so you can imagine this little teeny kitchen, how difficult that is.
Many clients arrive at the shelter with children. YCC's childcare services gives these women the time they need to rebuild their lives. And it provides their children with a stable and caring environment.
Childcare is pivotal for those families that have children because they need a safe place for their children to stay while they look for jobs, go to court, whatever it is that they need to do. And that's what our childcare provides for them.
I'm a single mom. I don't make very much money, for sure. I know that if I needed something, I could come down here. I know that if people don't even realize that there's a thrift shop. Here at the YCC grounds, they don't realize that they can take donations. They don't know about it because it seems to me that a lot of times the only people who know about the YCC are the people who really, really need it.
In addition to the domestic violence shelter, YCC offers transitional housing, small apartments that allow a family to continue on the path to self-sufficiency.
We not only have the 9 units, but we have 3 other units with like Ogden and Weber Housing, which are more permanent housing, but the idea is to follow them and transition with them so that they have the support they need to succeed. So we're literally working with them in getting jobs, in getting training, to make sure that they are able to move into permanent housing. We have the Senior Life Care Program, which means that we go into the homes of low-income elderly and disabled and are able to help them with minor home repairs so that their homes remain a safe place for them to live.
I have an evaporative cooler that's on the roof of my house, and they're up there winterizing it and summerizing it, and that's certainly something that would be a great expense if I had to have someone come and do it for me.
These people are equipped to take you from ground level with nothing to your name, as if you put on your slippers and ran out the door. They give you the tools that you need to begin to start a life. And not only do they put you in housing so that you have a place to stay at that point once you've been in the shelter and moved into the transitional housing program, but then they begin to build you up emotionally and in confidence. You're taking classes that can help you understand why it's so important to begin to love yourself.
When I came here, I had only what I had on me. They clothed me, they fed me, I was scared. So I was crying when I checked in here, but the staff made me feel at home.
I can't imagine being back in that situation and not feeling like I had a place to go or somebody to turn to. It's awesome that there are people out there that make it their life's mission and their goal and their career in life to find people like me and put them in a better situation.
To me, the kind of people that are willing to help here are those that really care about human beings. They really care about people and their issues, their concerns. At the end of the day, we know we've made a difference. At the end of the day, we know that because of what we do, there are families that are safe that otherwise wouldn't be. That there are families that literally have a future that would not if it weren't for the services that are provided here.